Hi, this is Mike Maloney, and I'm on the road, so I'm coming to you from a hotel room that I'll probably be at for the next few days. I wanted to this video. I wanted it to be about crypto, and that people. Whenever I talk about crypto, the gold crowd sort of feels betrayed, and the crypto people sort of call me a dinosaur because I'm invested in gold. But I've been investing in crypto since 2014.
Hi, this is an action alert for July 11th, 2014. I promised all of the insiders that I'd keep them updated on what I'm doing financially. And recently I've done something quite unusual. Up until now, my portfolio is entirely precious metals, gold and silver, physical. But I've been investigating Bitcoin quite a bit. I was in Washington, D.C. recently at a Bitcoin conference, and I learned a lot about it. I became convinced that this has a tremendous upside potential. The downside potential, it would be short term, and there is a downside risk that it could entirely fail. So I'm not going to put a lot of my portfolio into it, but someday I will probably be up to around 10% of my portfolio going into Bitcoin, believe it or not.
There was a guy named Trace Mayer that came to my house back in 2010 and tried to get me into Bitcoin when it was under a dime. And then he came back a year later when it was about 25 cents. And he came back in one of his two private planes that he bought with crypto profits in, I think, 2012, and tried to get me into it. And I just didn't understand it. But then in 2014, watch episode 8 of Hidden Secrets of Money. In 2014, I went to Washington, D.C. to a conference called Bitcoin on the Beltway. And it shows me buying my first Bitcoin. It shows me buying $100 worth. What it doesn't show is I went back later to this kiosk and I fed in another $900. So I bought $1,000 worth of Bitcoin in 2014. And I kept on buying every single week all the way down to $250. So I've been buying Bitcoin and other crypto assets for quite a while. But I also take some profits and convert them into precious metals periodically, and I'm going to show you why. So Dan, can you bring up my screen? This was put up by the crypto Twitter community, and it's the cyclical history of government interference in the gold market. And they've gone back to 14 through 37 AD. So to find this, and then some of these things are very, very minor. Now, in the United States, Roosevelt banned gold, and it was illegal for Americans to own gold bars and coins for 50 years. However, about 75%, I can't remember it was 70-something percent of all the gold coins in circulation in the US were not turned in. They remained in private hands illegally. This is not proof that gold can be confiscated and they can't take action against Bitcoin or other cryptos. Right now, they are making it difficult. This just happened to me. I've had, I think, 3 or 4 different crypto exchanges that I've been on in the past, and periodically they decide that they don't want to deal with the regulatory burden of the US market. So due to continued regulatory uncertainty, we've made the difficult decision to close our US operations effective April 30, 2023. So coming up all US customer funds are safe and can be fully withdrawn immediately. This announcement does not impact non-US customers. Now, I do believe that there is a witch hunt in crypto going on right now, and the US government and the Federal Reserve are taking steps. And I'd like you to start by you go to Chris Martinson's Peak Prosperity channel and either put FTX in the search bar here, or scroll down to 4 months ago and you'll see this video, The FTX Scandal Explained, Deeply Troubling FTX Facts and Coincidences. And it really looks like Sam Bankman-Fried and the FTX exchange was set up with the purpose of taking down crypto, to me, when I put it together with all of these other things. Now, this is Signature Bank, and the buyer of Signature Bank has stopped all crypto business. So they would only take on the bank if they stopped doing business with anybody who had an account that was using that account to send currency to a crypto exchange and getting cash from a crypto exchange. So FDIC demands Signature Bank buyers stop all crypto business. And so it is a witch hunt on that. This is, Barney Frank saw this coming. And if you scroll down here, Mr. Frank alleged last week that regulators seized Signature, whose board he served on. So he was on the board of directors of Signature Bank to send a message to people to get away from crypto. So this really does. Now, Coinbase has been, this is one where I still have an account there, that exchange after exchange after exchange. They keep on getting shut down. Got to go find a new one to be able to trade on. So luckily, I have taken some of my profits from crypto, turned them into precious metals. Will precious metals ever be banned or private ownership outlawed again? That it's a possibility, but it's going to come way after crypto. It's what they're targeting is anything that can threaten the US dollar. And the US dollar is under threat from all sides right now. The SEC has put Coinbase on notice for allegedly breaking. Now, Coinbase has been working with the SEC, trying to get them to tell them, how do we conform to all, we want to be in compliance with everything. We want to be legal. SEC doesn't say anything and then comes up with this investigation pursuing enforcement actions over alleged security violations. Then this is minor, but suing Lindsay Lohan and other celebrities over crypto promotion. So the SEC is currently doing this witch hunt on cryptos right now. So for anybody that does have, I like to be in the middle here. I'm a hard assets kind of guy. I do like things that have mass, volume, weight. When your mass is different than weight. Weight is when you're on Earth and you're under 1G, something has weight. But that same thing will still have mass in outer space, but no weight. So anyway, I like things that are three-dimensional and have mass that I can hold on to. For somebody that is purely crypto, I want to know, if you're purely crypto and you live in China, how's it going? Because, that's where all the miners used to be. There's no miners there anymore. And if there is any mining activity, it's going on illegally with the threat of going to jail. And I don't know how long for. So Fed proposes a fourth function of currency. This is not money. This is a national fiat currency as a means of social control. And lastly, hooray for Texas and Florida not wanting to be any part of central bank digital currencies. So what they want to do is they want to try and scare everybody out of cryptos. Cryptos are doing well again. Bitcoin is up above 30,000 while I'm making this video. And I think that that's great. And I love cryptos. It's just that I trust physical precious metals even more. And it will be, central banks don't own any cryptos, but central banks do own gold. And that is a separate topic for an upcoming video. But please watch that Chris Martenson video and then start putting all of these other things together. There was something called, this is called Choke Point 2.0. Operation Choke Point was something that they were doing to some precious metals dealers. And so I was very concerned about it. And this was years ago, probably 2013 or something like that, 2014. And it was basically getting banks to just close your account. You could withdraw your funds, what you did with it, and then no other bank would accept you. And so you can't do business. So they were closing the on and off ramps, basically, for currency. And what they're doing with all of these exchanges, closing their operations in the United States, it's the same thing. The on and off ramps, the witch hunt against Coinbase, that's closing an on and off ramp so that you can get cash out. Otherwise, if you want to buy something, you've got to find somebody that wants to be paid in whatever cryptocurrency that you own. And then it's still something that has to be reported. So I just think it's a good idea to have a balance of both. That's one of the things that, if I was going to I don't recommend things. I tell people what I do. But if I was going to recommend something, I would recommend that people not be solely on one side. But if you're going to be on one side, I do believe the last thing that would be nationalized or outlawed would be gold and silver, because central banks hold gold and silver, and it's not like it's going to become a sudden threat to the US dollar. I want to thank you for watching this video. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, but this is by no means the whole story. If you want the full story, including my free online-only chapters and companion videos, there's a wealth of information at ggsr21.com. Thanks.